Hi everyone, this is Boogass Reviews, and today I'm back from my little hiatus. I took just a little vacation there for Thanksgiving and all that, but now I'm back. And today I'll be reviewing the DC Multiverse Atom figure. So before we take a look at Atom, let's take a look at the accessories that he comes with. So first up, the Build-A-Figure pieces he comes with is the lower torso and the head of the Rookie Build-A-Figure. I know it is the GCPD Batmech, but they're calling it the Rookie Build-A-Figure. So I do have more of these to review, so he will be built up more than just that. He does come with an alternate head, but I wanted to show this one off first before I really got into anything. He comes with this super tiny Atom accessory. This is his shrunken form. That looks really awesome. Like, there's actually a lot of sculpted detail to this for it being so tiny. Like, this is only the size of his head. There. You can see that's how tiny it is. Of course, it doesn't have any articulation, but the paint and sculpting on it is actually pretty phenomenal for that being so tiny. So that looks pretty good. And, of course, he comes with an alternate head, his helmeted head. But first, I wanted to show this unhelmeted head off. So, I think Mattel did such an amazing job with the likeness of Brandon Root there. This is probably the best actor likeness on any DC Multiverse figure. I just think it's pretty phenomenal. It just surprises me, because with the DC Multiverse figures, they're based on movies or real people. It's kind of been a hit and a miss sometimes, I'll be honest. The figures are still good, but the likenesses aren't there. But that likeness is just dead on. So that's pretty awesome. So now let's go ahead and change this out. It is a little hard to get off since it has that, since it is a longer peg right there. There. So there is his helmeted head sculpt. I think it looks pretty good. Like how it has the Atom symbol right there on top. Now, this is from, like, Arrow and Flash and Legends of Tomorrow. This is not the comic one. I forgot to mention that. Now, I do like that black visor. I think it looks really good, but I think maybe it should have been clear. Like, actually have a face sculpted under it and be like a black, clear plastic. I think that will look good, instead of just a black plastic that's just sculpted on there. Because you can see there's nothing under there. It's just sculpted like that. But I think all the mech pieces on this suit looks really nice. Like these. I'm not sure if these are pistons or what. But I'm not really sure what these are. I really wish I knew what they were. But they look really nice. All the armor's sculpted out really nicely. Then, is that a 9? No, it's just a thing in his armor. But it looks like 9. How that paint is missing right there. It's supposed to be look like an 8, I guess. But it looks like a 9 to me. So I think the shoulders look pretty good. I think this is actually all sculpted really nicely and painted really nicely. I like how these pieces right here are painted that bright silver. It makes it look very different, which I really like that. He's even got a little bit of sculpting going on his hands. It's got a little bit of texture too right here. His glove. That's pretty awesome. I think it would have been awesome if he would have came with open hands or blast effects to put on his hands, but he didn't. That would have been really awesome to have some blast effects. Because in the Arrowverse version of the Atom, this is basically like an Iron Man suit for him, except it can shrink. So that would have been awesome to have like some blast effects or some boot effects or something. There. So the legs look pretty nice. Now, the one thing that I did notice is the red right here on his thigh and on his leg. Like, this piece is supposed to be the same piece. You can see that it lines up right there. And it's two different colors. This is a very dark maroon, and this is a darker red. So that is two different colors right there. And that's the same way with right here. I actually think that's accurate for this, because this is what he wears under the suit. This dark maroon right here, and the bright red right here. But these are supposed to be the same thing, so the collar should be the same on these. And it is the same on the other side, too. You can see that it is darker. Like, there. I have it tilted up towards the light. You can tell that it is darker. which I find really odd. It doesn't really bother me, but I think it's odd that the collars are different right there. And nothing much going on the legs. Not much more, I should say. And back here, these wires or whatever they are, you really can't line them up like they're supposed to. Like if you line them up, let me tilt it here. If you line them up like that, then his feet are pointing outward. So I keep it like that, which makes it not line up on the back. But still, doesn't bother me. I think this is a pretty fantastic figure overall. The paint and the sculpting, everything looks really nice on this figure. So now let's go over his articulation. He's got a ball-jointed head that can't look up at all. It can look down just a little bit. You can barely even tell that it has that articulation. But his head can move side to side. He's got ball-jointed shoulders that can move out that far. The shoulder pads do get in the way, but you can get some pretty good articulation with that. He's got a swivel at the bicep. Now here's where he has this really odd single joint, this single-jointed elbow. You can see that it only comes up that far, which is really odd. It's not like the usual DC Multiverse elbows. So that's really odd. And he's got a swivel at the wrist, right there. There. He's got a swivel at the wrist. He's got a swivel at the waist. He's got a double swivel at the hips, and he can do a split completely. He can kick forward all the way. He can kick back all the way. He's got a swivel at the thigh. Now, this is where the articulation really, really bothers me. He's got this single-jointed knee that if you look... Wait, I don't know if it'll pick up on camera because it's really dark. That joint right there is so thin, it's not even funny. So I'm really afraid to move this very much, this single-jointed knee. Yeah, because that very, very thin peg right there. I would have preferred it maybe just to be a swivel instead of just the way it is. Because, let me tilt that up. You can tell that that's getting discolored right there just from moving it on camera right now. And his ankles are even worse with articulation. He has a swivel at him, but it only moves that much. And that peg is even thinner than the knee peg. That definitely bothers me. Because this is a really good figure, and this definitely takes away from that. Because, like, this peg, I'm trying to see. Yeah, it's already turning white, too. I don't know if you can see that. Let me brighten the settings up just a bit. There, I don't know if the camera still picked that up. There, I have to darken the settings back up. So that's the articulation, and honestly, that's the thing that irritates me most about this figure is the articulation. So now let's do a comparison with some other Arrowverse characters. So here is Arrow himself, looking pretty good together. Here he is next to Supergirl. And I think that the only time that they crossed, or they interacted with each other was on that 4-part crossover between all of them. That was the only time they ever actually met up. I don't think they've been together any time else. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that was the only time. When they took on, what was it, the Dominators, I think they were called. It's been such a while back. And then here he is next to Flash. And, he originally appeared on Arrow, and then was in a couple episodes of The Flash, and then went to Legends of Tomorrow. So it's all connected. So there he is next to Flash. So overall, I really like this figure. The articulation does bother me just a little bit, but honestly, the sculpt and paint on this figure, and even the likeness of this alternate head, does make up for that. Oh, and I did forget to show this. I just about ended the video without showing this. These are the Iron Man blast effects for Iron Man that comes with, this came with Civil War Iron Man, this came with a different Iron Man. I don't know why I have two different ones on there. But you can put those, that one just fell out. You can put these Except this one, I guess. Into those peg holes on his feet. Of course, now it drops out. But if you mess with it, you can get these into his feet to make it look like he's blasting off. There. Now I'm done with this review. So that's my review. And if you like this review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.